Paul, let's just catch up on the injury front. Where are we at now? Obviously, Callum's back after his suspension, which is good news. Callum Patterson, that's good news.
You can see I didn't know who you're talking about. I'm thinking, Callum, he sounds like someone I'd play. Who's that? Yeah, go on. Sorry, Callum.
I'm not using.
I always called him Pat.
I know, but I'm not going to say that.
Yeah, okay. I like it.
Nathaniel Mendes-Lang, how's he?
Yeah, he's good. I mean, he said he was good last weekend. We just had to take the precaution, obviously. So he's trained all week. Was on flames today, so he looks in a good place. And
just on Rashawn Hepburn-Murphy, obviously out, but is he recovering?
He's on the grass now. Yeah, he's on the grass, so which is good. So he's with the physio. He hasn't upgraded to it goes like physio, fitness coach, us, and he's at the end of the physio. So he'll be fitness coach Monday, and then we'll get our mitts into him in a couple of weeks, I think.
Any other problems?
No, no other dramas, I don't think. Obviously having Callum, Pato and Mendes back is good. For a minute there I thought I signed someone out of the window. So that's good, that reinforces the group, and obviously we lose Lex with the sending off, but we go again.
We've just had a conversation with Aaron Collins, he seems genuinely excited that he's back. He wants to kind of prove a point. I think he obviously wants to show you, he wants to show the MK Dons fans what he's capable of, and it must be a boost for you as well to have Aaron back.
Yeah, it is. It's a boost to have him and Geth back, to be honest. As a pair, they're both big players, big in the dressing room. I don't know if he told you he did his speech today.
He did tell us that.
Which was quite impressive. It was good for the young lads because he's had a lot of knockbacks in his career, so it hasn't been, perfect, smooth water. So that's good. He's desperate to play. I mean, I give him stick all the time. I call him Pogba because pence per game, we haven't had much value out of him, bless him. Not to his fault. He's unlucky to break his arm and do his hammy, but it'd be nice for him to get a run in the team, and he has the same situation as everybody else. He has to get in the team, so you don't get in through reputation, you get in through what you're doing. And he came on Saturday and had an impact, and so did other subs. So we have to consider everything when we pick the team. But it'd be nice to have him on the pitch. Like, he's probably the best player. I can say this, not in everything, obviously, but he's probably the best player at getting shots off, and I think our team lacks that at times. We're not trying to score the perfect goal, but we're trying to manipulate the ball, and sometimes you have to shoot through legs. And I think he's one of the best at it. So it's a good addition to have.
He said he wants to hunt down the players that have been scoring already. He wants to get past them, the likes of Alex Gilby and Pato.
Thank you. Rush, Mendes. Yeah, in fairness, because when you walk into our meeting room, they're on the wall, so you see how many goals they score. So that will irritate him, which is great. It's his job to score, isn't it?
How are you feeling about the season then, at this point, with the kind of December madness coming up? Because it is all a bit crazy.
Yeah, pretty chilled, really. I'm pretty level-headed, I think. My favourite saying is it's not my first rodeo, so I understand this over the course of the season, and I've been pretty pleased at, generally speaking, how we've been playing. It's good to get players back. I think we possibly could have accumulated some more points, but then you could say that about, any team could say that. So I'm not going to boo-hoo about it. I just think there's a little bit more to come out of this team, and we'll get to the new year and see where we're at. But yeah, I'm pretty pleased. I think obviously with an early kick-off, I think if we win, we could go top. So that's good. We've scored the most goals. There's a lot of good things about our team. So pretty pleased. And they're an amazing group. So not that any fans that interested by what I'm saying here, but I appreciate it's about the performance. But from a personal point of view, I enjoy coming into work. I enjoy spending time with them. I enjoy listening to them. I enjoy talking to them. And from my point of view, it's been an enjoyable season so far.
What do you make of Fleetwood?
Doing really well. They're 3 points behind us, which will surprise some people, possibly. It didn't surprise me. Just in the last 6 games, I think they only lost one. They drew with Chesney, drew with Swindon, beat Barnet. So they're a proper team. They're a young team. In comparison to last week, it was like geriatrics against geriatrics last week, wasn't it? So this year there's a bit of youth on the pitch. They have been playing, it doesn't mean they will. They have been playing with a 5-3-2. They have got attacking wing backs, and they have been doing really well, in really good form. So I know Pete's got them really well organised. They seem which is always the case with any team in any league. You go on a good run and you think you're invincible, which is, I think the heart leads the head quite a lot. So they've got a lot of encouragement for how well they've been doing, and they'll come here Saturday, like every team comes here, thinking that they come here to not spoil a party. We're not actually having a party, but you get my point that they'll come here and fancy themselves to cause an upset. So as always, we never underestimate the opposition. We know how hard it's going to be, and we think we're doing well, and they're 3 points behind. So they're doing as well. So we need to be right at it.
Are you a fan of the early kickoff? Or is it different?
Yeah, I really like it because from a manager's point of view, the anxiety builds. Whereas when it's an early kick-off, I get up, I go for a run, come back, have something to eat, hand in the team sheet, right, let's get on with it. And the feeling if you win and you drive home is joyful.
Because you're home earlier.
Mate, I will listen to BBC Radio 5 live on the way home, just listen to the goals going in, thinking, well, I've got nothing to do with it now, like we've won or we've played well. So I do really enjoy it. It is and as a player, I liked it. In a similar way, I could worry myself to an early grave. So I would get up and think, right, here we go, game's ready. So I like it. I can't speak for the players, but most of them will stay here anyway. So they should be up and ready for a good early start.
Thanks, Paul.
Thank you.
Just said to Aaron Collins that it feels a little bit like an early transfer window in the fact that you're getting these big players back. Players that we've not really seen a vast amount of as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think it summed it up, and I praised the lads last week that, when you get a change of manager, especially when we've had quite a few in recent years here, you sometimes get players of different systems, and not in a bad way. I'm not saying our way is the right way; it's just the way I like it. But you get amalgamations of squads, and then the longer a manager's there, they get more and more of their own players, so to speak. But I think Saturday we had 9 players from the previous regime, and the lads played the way I wanted them to play, and I was really pleased. However, obviously I brought in Aaron Collins, Pato, Mendes, Geth, Marv, just trying to think who else, Kane. No one's really seen Kane yet either, but I brought these players in to increase competition in the first team and to make the team better. So to not have them being able to be selected has been frustrating. As much as frustrating for me, it's not as bad as it is for the player himself. He's come here to, I've convinced him to drop a league to help us get promoted, and he feels like he hasn't really put his fingerprints on anything yet, and he's a talent that I hope people enjoy watching once he gets fully match fit.
And it's funny, isn't it, given that players who haven't played an awful amount for you, but we've been mentioning him quite a lot in these interviews, and the fans are obviously asking about him. It's not like he's coming in and he's a completely unknown quantity. Everybody's excited to see him.
Yeah. I haven't signed him from out of Mongolia and who's this dude? Everyone knows him. Everyone knows he's got unbelievable feet. He's got a right wand about him, and he can create chances and goals from nothing. So it's not just the goals he brings a real energy to his play. He's very athletic, and he's a winner. And listen to his story earlier today. He's had a promotion out of this league before, and showing us the photos and what it meant to him. I know how determined he is, and you take a footballer from their actual football talent is one thing, but it's the emotion and it's the drive that completes them in my eyes. Everyone can play, but can they play when things aren't going their way and things like that? So as an actual all-round footballer, he's a great addition to the team and the squad, and the lads are pleased to have him back. And the good thing is as well, whether I start him at the weekend or not, because he's ready to start, if I don't start him, if you're playing in front of him, you have to be at your best because he's coming on. And if he comes on and he's better than you, then the conversation you're going to have with the manager on the following Friday. So that's what is great about when maybe a higher echelon players come back, that it just pushes the standard up in training. I'm not saying they haven't trained well, they have, but you get my point that, if I knew I was playing every game, I'd still be motivated. But if I knew that I was playing Saturday and I had Aaron Collins waiting to take my shirt, it just adds a bit more to my performance, hopefully. So and that's what I want. And then if the team, if Aaron plays and isn't playing well, and I bring on a Patterson or a Mendes, then I've cracked life, haven't I?
Is it better to have them back now? I mean, it's obviously better to have them at all
Yeah.
times. But to have them at this point in the run up to the January window, because you could go into January thinking I need extra support up front because I've not got enough options perhaps. But the fact that he's back in now gives you that opportunity to say, okay, maybe we don't need to strengthen there in January.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, in fairness, you don't know what you're missing until you've got everything, do you?
Exactly.
So, like, I could rely on. I think we are absolutely smoked there. We look amazing. However, if two of the players, like you say, have been out, then come back and the team doesn't reach the heights, then we have to reconsider everything. Like obviously our remit is to get this team promoted by the end of the season. I mean, it'd be great if it was done in February, but to get it done by the end of the season. So if we see fault in what we've done or what we've selected or what we've signed or what we've got, we have to look at January being pretty fluid and change. But you're right, there's no point me putting players on pedestals and they don't, fulfill what I think they can do. But I have a real trust in this group, and I've said it to you before, I think off the record, and no fan in the history of football is ever excited when I say this, but it's the truth that if I went through the window and didn't sign anyone, that's fine. I would take this group to my dying breath, that these will have enough, with luck obviously as well, that we should be competitive all season. However, I am fortunate enough to know if we need to bolster or change or, which will happen naturally, some players don't feel like they're getting the game time, there will be room to wiggle. But to look at the whole strike force when they're fit, when Scotty Hogan will be back soon and Lex will finish his suspension, then we've got some right firepower.
And that's the funny thing about the January window, isn't it? Is that it doesn't feel like you can go into it with a concrete plan, so to speak, like you can with the summer window, because everybody's going to be trying to chop and change, and they'll be trying to make those minor adjustments.
Yeah, the January window is complete mayhem. The January window is there, literally, in my opinion, is to erase the mistakes you've done in the summer. So if you didn't get the player you wanted in the summer, you're still desperately trying to get it in January. If you sign someone in the summer that hasn't worked, you try and change it. And I do think that, unfortunately, the January window is an expensive window because all the players, well, virtually all of them, everyone I'm involved in is under contract. So then there's always another part of it. It's not like in the summer they're out of contract, you have to convince them, you have to pest them for months, meet them, meet their families, do as much as you can to try and convince them to come to the football club. In January, that doesn't matter. If the club don't want to let the player come, it's not happening. It doesn't matter what you try and do, you can't force it. So that makes it a lot more difficult. And also, if I'm being honest with you, if I now had a list of players that I'm interested in signing in January, if I give you that list now, and you kept it and put it in a vault in your house where no one knows, and then the end of January, you see what I've signed, there might not be anyone off that list, because in 2 weeks' time, there's a player I like now, all of a sudden he's got back into the team that he's, his proper club, if you know what I mean. So that deal now not on. There's an injury, the player that I wanted to sign now moves up the pecking order, so now that's not on. So I just think that you go into January being informed of what's available, however it changes so quickly. So there might be a player, let me say this because everyone will go mental, but there might be a player at Norwich I want to sign, but he's definitely not available. But then in the second week of the window, Norwich sign a player in his position, he then becomes available. But today he's definitely 100% not available. The amount of time I've signed players in January who in December were not up for debate, they're not available, and then it changes. So I think January is an exhausting window, but it's a good window to go into if you don't need a lot. Yeah. So, I've been candid, I've said it to the owner as well, that if we don't need to sign anything, we won't just do it for the fun of it, but they have to make us better. And I just think if you can go into the window with that attitude, you can be pretty strong on your decisions and hopefully strengthen where you need to.
Finally, from me, home form looks like it's turned that corner at last. It's 3 wins in a row, isn't it, in the league here?
Is it?
Which is nice, right?
Yeah. I mean, if you'd asked me how many wins in a row, I'd have said 1. I have the great skill of having.
I think it's 3.
Is it?
Pretty sure it's 3.
I mean, I'm doubting you, and now I'm
doubting. I'm now
doubting
myself.
And now I'm looking at you, think this is a bad question if you got it wrong. I mean, no matter what, keep this on the record.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%.
3. Yeah, I knew it was 3. I think I still want more, obviously, and the lads do. I think we tweaked up in the day that hopefully will help them. But home form. Like if you're going to get promoted or if you're going to have a successful season, whichever way that comes, look, home form is the cornerstone of success, obviously, and then whatever you pick up on your travel. So like the Tranmere game last week was difficult. You know, we didn't concede hardly any chances, but we managed to concede 2 goals. But then the lads kept going, went down to 10 men, still kept going and getting a point. That point on the road looks good. If it was a point at home, it wouldn't look that good, would it? But the point on the road is only good if you can follow it up with 3. So if we can follow up with 3 and we can go top of the league by the 3 o'clock kickoffs, great. But if we don't, then we don't. As simple as football is. You get the next game to get another opportunity. But hopefully it will be a competitive game, a good game that people enjoy watching, and hopefully there'll be a little bit more personality from our team, because I still think we've got another gear.
Thank you.
No worries, thank you.